Hey, it's you guys again. I think, well, actually, I don't know who you guys are. To be honest, you never know who it is when you're talking to a camera that then gets uploaded to probably like a satellite, then comes back down and sits on some storage unit, probably out in Phoenix, and then somebody's watching it from somewhere around the world. I don't know. Whoever you are, thank you for showing up. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. This is video number 3. This is tres. Uno, dos, tres. Tres. 3 videos deep into what is my video blog, or just a big train wreck. But that's pretty cool because train wrecks, you can't resist the temptation to look at them. So either way, we're going to do it. So thank you for showing up. Whoa. This is getting harder to look up and down, but I'm getting better at it. So for today's agenda, we're not even going to really show it. Boom, there it is. We're going to talk Fathom. Let's hurry and just get into some Fathom. Then we're going to do a little bit of a something special today, something different. I'm feeling a little different. I don't know why I want to talk about it today, but I just am. There's just a certain topic about confidence. We're gonna talk about confidence. Confidence, you guys. We're gonna talk about a little bit of confidence. I got a little story for that and how it ties into everything else. So, anyways, jumping in. From there, we're gonna go to Q&A and then finito. It'll be over. No more. Okay, so today might be shorter. I don't know. I've been doing like the 5, 5 plus 5, 15 thing. We'll see. 15 minutes might be way too long, so we might try to chop it down to maybe 10, maybe even 5. But 5's hard. It is, because I just ramble. I just can't stop talking about just nonsense. So I'm sorry. If someone invent the fast forward through nonsense button, I'll use it. I promise. So anyways, let's get into it. So let's talk Fathom. So I've been saying it's coming out, and it is. Boom, it's coming out, and I'm really excited about that. Can't you tell with my monotone voice that it's coming, and I'm going to be putting it out on the stores. We're going to be doing some fun ads. We're going to get stuff together, and hey, I hope you guys get it, read it, and share it, and that'll be great. But I want to talk about something else with Fathom. Kind of like the prelude up to its release, I want to start talking about some characters, and I'm going to be getting into that. So I'm actually going to do some video segments, maybe some shorts, some little shorts. Who likes shorts? About the characters, a little backstory about them, so you can get a little more excited and familiar. I'm going to try really hard not to give it away. I don't want to give it away. No, I want you to try it. I want you to enjoy it and figure it out on your own. And so that'll be great. And I can't wait for you guys to come back and tell me what you think. So that's a little bit on Fathom. So it's kind of a short and sweet, but the truth is I'm very excited. I've been saying it for a little while now. But it's like you worked so long, and it just seems like it's so far out there. Where's my hand? So far out there. And then all of a sudden you're there. And so it's really nice to finally be at the precipice of actually having done all the work, and then it's actually going to become some sort of coherent product, you know, it's a book, right? And then a story, and just, it's great. So keep your eyes out. Keep them peeled. Be looking, because it's coming. And then from there, there's going to be more. There's a lot more. I'm not going to give it away. When you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about. I promise. And it's going to be fun. So, moving on to my story. So, I don't know why I got this impression that I should talk about this. It's just weird. The other day I was just thinking about it. So, little backstory. Here we go. Going back. A little backstory to this is the other day I got invited to a writing, what would you call it, conferencia, seminar thing. It was like downtown in some hotel at the Radisson, which... I stole a pen. Take that, Radisson, if you're watching. I'm sure they're not. They're not watching, are they? And when I was there was a really cool speaker, Raz Aziz, I think was his name. Cool guy. Got a picture with him. Really charismatic. Knows how to carry himself. You know, great public speaker. And he kind of posed a question. So the seminar is about how to write a book, I think, in 5 days, which I was like, 5 days. But anyways, that was the premise, right? As to teach you how to write better, faster, whatever, right? So it's pretty interesting. Met some interesting people. But he posed a question, right? At the start, he said, how many of you, and he's pointing out to the audience, how many of you guys out there have a book in you? And of course, most everybody was like, boom, you know, they put their hands up like they're volunteering for The Price is Right or something, like they get up there, And everybody's hand shot up, and I was like, well, that is freaking cool. For once, I felt like, wow, I'm amongst the right people here. A bunch of creative minds all dwelling in the same stewing pot. I don't know, what's your metaphor? But it was really cool. So all the hands shot up. So I was intrigued by this. So I was like, okay, well, next question. Here it comes. And the guy says, Raz, he goes, well, how many of you have wrote those books? Notice how I paused, because that was like the silence. It was like so dead. It was just dead. You could practically hear the janitor vacuuming 3 floors up. I mean, it was just dead. And I looked around. Maybe there's like a couple hands, but it looked more like people volunteering for a spelling bee. Meaning, no, nobody volunteers for a spelling bee, do they? I want to go up there and spell it. No, 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 no. And so it was like dead. And I was like, what is going on here? Suddenly, the ocean of hands, I had all these hands all up in the air. They all just died off. And it went silent. And I was asking myself, okay, where are we going with this? So then he starts posing these questions, and he goes, oh, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do this? Everybody had a reason. Some was just straight up fear. Others was fear of fear. Others was fear of failure. I mean, fear of this, fear of that. And that might be another topic. We're going to address that some other time. Mental note. Post it right there about fear. But then something seemed pretty consistent, at least with me, which was confidence. Confidencia. For the Latin flavors out there. Confidence. And I started to think to myself, confidence. That's an interesting concept. You hear that a lot. You need to have some confidence, but don't be cocky. Confident, not cocky. Very confusing. Confident, not prideful. You got to be careful. There's a fine line. You don't want to, you're kind of skirting it, right? So what do you mean by confidence? Well, this is what I took from it, and I'm going to present a silly story, and I'm sorry. This is just the way my brain works. If this is offensive to you, I'm sorry. I just am weird, okay? So my wife's an angel. She puts up with this, and so are my friends. So just bear with me. This is the story that came to my head, like literally came to my head. So for my job, I travel a lot, okay? And that's not a unique thing. I'm sure a lot of people travel out there for their work, whatever. And as part of that, you sometimes go to hotels, right? And some of these hotels are like stacked, boom, 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 really tall. So you get on the elevators, right? Well, this one time I got on an elevator. I won't say where it was and what state, that sunshine state with oranges. But when I was getting on this elevator, there was a woman standing inside of it. So it's just going to be me and her. We're going to pair up in this elevator, ride it up. I don't know what floor she's going to, whatever. It's not important, right? So I get in the elevator, and I'm standing by this lady, and she's a pretty good-looking lady, whatever. I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I realize, like, wait a second. And I mean, this was recent, fresh. This was not, like, been there. Like, some elevators, they smell like this all the time. It's gross, right? But this was fresh. I mean, it was just, like, fresh off the grill fresh, and I'm just sitting there going, like, oh man, what is, no. So here's the part about confidence, right? I knew that wasn't me, okay? I might be getting older, a little shutter speed, I don't know, but look, I know that wasn't me. I'm almost at least 95% sure that wasn't me, right? But I look over and I'm like, okay, this is an attractive looking lady who looks all professional, more than me. I look like a clown probably. I'm riding in the elevator. I was literally like debating. I was like, maybe I did. Maybe that was me. Maybe I laid that stank, and I was just sitting there going, suffering through this elevator, and she was just sitting there looking like, nothing happened. I didn't do anything, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's gross. Confidence. So I failed in confidence. If I was confident, I would have politely perhaps said something like, man, you stink. You stink, girl. You stink. That's gross. Thank you. Have a nice day, but you stink, But I didn't do that because I didn't have the confidence. All right, now that's a silly subject, but really, though, there's some deep lesson there. You got to have confidence, right? Now, some people say, well, how do you have confidence if you've never done this stuff before? You just do it anyways. You just do it anyways. It doesn't matter. So that's a little bit about confidence, all right? So moving on, this is a little segment about confidence, is be ready for failure, because I'm going to use a mean word here. You're going to suck. You are. You're going to suck. Everybody at some point sucks. All right, and I'm going to replace suck with a nicer kind of word that's more motivating called you're not sucking, you're trying. And there's a difference. Trying means you're starting somewhere and you're trying to get better. And all of us, no matter what stage, here, where's the hand, boom, here, doesn't matter how far you are still trying. So at some level you could say you suck. Michael Jordan airballs a free throw. You know, somebody out there doesn't know something. La, 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 la. There's a million examples. It doesn't matter. The point is we're always trying. So sucking is kind of a negative connotation to what it should be, which is trying. And some people get that confused because they like to think that they're just going to jump right in and be Mozart. You're not. You're not. Everybody at some point has to try. And I've always said this, you know, for instance, I was talking about those nodes in one of my videos. Those little nodes sometimes, you know, I'm trying to get really good at making depth and good stories. I'm trying all the time. It doesn't matter if somebody says, Mike, that's a great story, I really liked it. Thank you, but I'm still trying, you know, because there's still problems, there's still gaps, you know, and sometimes that can be frustrating. For instance, sometimes you change stuff and you go back. And I'm talking, you go back and there's like sometimes 400 pages. 400 pages of stuff. And I don't tend to freak out. I try to stay calm. But it is 400 pages of stuff. You got to go back and find it. And then when you think you got it on top, you're like, I'm good at this. I am so good. You're starting to skirt that line with pride and confidence. You know, maybe you're getting a little too far. You're getting cocky, right? You're getting a little cocky. You realize, whoops, I didn't just wreck that portion of the story. I wrecked another portion of the story. Now I got to go fix that portion of the story. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, I try not to freak out.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it.
But the truth is, it's not that fun. And for a minute you go, man, I suck. Right? That's what you want to say is, I suck. That's because that's easy. I suck. I shouldn't try anymore. That's wrong. You don't suck. You're trying. So that's different. You're trying. The only thing that sucks, finger pointing is bad. The only thing that sucks is not trying. So if you never try, you never know. So there's no fail in try. Fail is in when you suck, which is you don't try at all. So yes, there is a suck and a try, but they're very different. So that's my little spiel about confidence. Now, I hope that resonates with some of you. I don't know. That was long-winded. I went way too long. So we might have to forego the Q&A tonight. But let's just wrap it up with, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my blurps. I try to squeeze these in whenever I can. Very regular guy though still, so I'm trying to do this, you know, scheduling. And I hope that you guys are having a great freaking day. I really do. I hope you guys are having the best time with this and that you're enjoying the community and that you're checking out the stuff on the social network pages, you know, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and that we can connect. And if you got questions, send them. Send them now, because I want them, because I loved Q&A. So I might have missed it tonight, but Q&A is fun, because then I get to hear from you out there, and then I get to use my little noggin up here, it's all chaotic and crazy, to answer them. So please send those questions to me. We're going to wrap it up. All right, we went a little long, we're at 13 in, so let's just wrap it up, and I'm going to say thank you again, and keep on keeping on, and I will check you next video. Bye.